Hey guys, so let's talk about selection statements. The selection statements select which code to run according to a specified condition. The most basic one is the if-then statement. If a condition is true, it runs the given statement. Consider the following example. If the player lives are equal to 0, it means the game is over. To create an if-then statement, we start by typing the keyword if, followed by the condition between parentheses. And between curly brackets, we add the code that runs when that condition is true. Please note that the condition must always return a Boolean value. Right now, we are only selecting what happens when the condition is true. But let's suppose that we want to also define what happens when the condition is false. This is when we use the if-else statement. The else statement defines which code to run when the condition is false. For example, let's say that if the player lives are equal to 0, it's game over. But if they are not, the player can try again. To create an else statement, we add the keyword else after the if block and open another set of curly brackets. Please note that when using an if-else statement, one and only one of the options will definitely run. So far, we've been testing a condition with only two possible outcomes. But what if you want to check for something that has more than two outcomes? Let's imagine that at the end of the level, the player is ranked according to the score. If the score is less than or equal to 50, the player gets 1 star. If it's greater than 50, he gets 2 stars, and if it's greater than 90, he gets 3 stars. Here we need to use an else if statement to provide multiple paths of execution. We can use multiple else if conditions to add as many rankings as needed, and we can even add an else statement as a fallback option. So in this case, if the score is greater than 90, the player gets 3 stars. Else, if the score is greater than 50, he gets 2 stars, and if none of these conditions is true, he gets the default 1 star. Please keep in mind that only one of the conditions will run at a given time. So the order of the conditions is of extreme importance. Let's invert the order and see what happens. Now, whatever is the player's score, the player will always end up with a single star, because as soon as a condition is true, it ignores all the others. Even if the player has a score of 95, since it's greater than 0, the first condition is true, and the player ends up with a single star. To prevent this, always remember to order the conditions from the more restrictive to the less.